Howdy guys, I guess I should probably test this before I make a recording, but hopefully Cam Studio will pick it up, because I'm pretty sure it will. I'm actually recording it right now. I don't know if that window records itself or not. Anyway, I thought I'd do a video on how I do my recording, because it differs from emulator to emulator, and to be perfectly honest, the way I record, only about 10% of LPers actually do it this way. I think most people use Cam Studio, or they use some other form of screen recording, such as HyperCam 2, or what's the other one, or Fraps. Some people use that, although that's not really free. But anyway, this is how I do it, so I thought I'd show you. So this is first a little overview of my desktop. All my emulators are down here. I got the Super Nintendo one, I got Nestopia, got FCEU Ultra, that's my usual NES emulator, got Virtual Boy Advance, that's a Game Boy. And this up here is actually my video capture software, which I'll show you that a little later, but I'm going to have to get out the video camera to do that. Now, the SNES doesn't have the option to actually record the way I normally would, so I don't usually use it, but occasionally if I'm co-oping, I have to. So my usual emulator that I use is SNES 9X, which you're not going to be able to read that probably, but it's pretty simple. It's an easy emulator. Just go to File and Load Game. You can bring up all your games here. Well, some of these are N64 games. I don't know why they show up in the menu, but for example, I could upload Contra 3, I mean, and it'll just load up the game like normally. And the way that I actually record is by dragging File, and this only works in SNES 9X. Some other emulators will have this option, but it might be in a different place. I'll show you that later. What I do is drag, and this is just for a Super Nintendo game, drag File down to this option, Record AVI. And I click on that, and it'll ask me for a file name. So usually I use the same name every time, like say Contra 3, for example. And then I'll press Enter. And if you already have a video that's named Contra 3, it'll pop up and ask you, this file already exists, do you want to overwrite it? And I'll say yeah, but I'll use the same name over and over again, so that way it overwrites the previous video, and I don't end up with a bunch of videos on my computer. Because once I put it into Movie Maker, I'm going to convert it into a totally different video, so I'm going to have no need for the original video, so I can just delete it or override it. Now here it'll ask you video compression. I always use Microsoft Video 1. It's the second option down. And I don't know how any of the other ones work. This is the only one I've ever used, because I get lag if I use any other one. So then I press OK, and now we're recording. Now, the only problem with SNES 9X is when you record this way, you can't actually hear the sound as you're recording. But you will hear the sound when you play it back. So you just have to play without sound. And that's pretty much all there is. So I'm not going to play much here. I'm just going to, even now, since I'm recording two videos at once, the emulator video and the Cam Studio video, I'm getting a little bit of lag here. It's not too bad, though. My computer is pretty amazing. Anyway, this is just a test run. So let me pause now. And to stop the recording, you just drag down File to Stop AVI Recording, which is directly under the Record AVI option. So, simple enough. Now you just X out, or if you want to, make sure you save your state before you do that. Now I X out of the thing. Oh, I should have probably shown you... Oh, shut up, chair. I should have shown you something else. Something else I neglected to show you. Just remember what I said about recording. Now this is how I record my voice, is with RecordPad, which is a different program that normally I have it actually down here. It's the way I have it set up. It comes on automatically when I start my computer. So, and this is what it looks like. RecordPad is really simple. All you do is press record to record, and then stop. I mean, it's that simple. So all I got to do, for example, maybe I'll show that to you a little more explicitly, like if I was going to record Chrono Trigger right now and fight the boss, what I would do is File, Record AVI, Chrono Trigger, and since et.avi is already one of my options, again, you probably can't see that, but anyway, so I'll press the save and it'll ask me, CT-AVI already exists, do you want to replace it? I'll say, I do. So then it'll ask me for the compressor, and like usual, I'll do Microsoft Video 1. 75. You can move that up and down if you want a little bit. I don't usually mess with it, but if I want the video to look a little better, I might move it up to 80, or if I'm having some lag issues, I might drop it to 70 or 65 or something. Anyway, and this is when I push record on RecordPad. Record here, record here. And basically both recordings start within a second of each other, which is not really an issue. So then, I start recording, do whatever I'm doing here. I don't care about beating the boss. I'm just doing a little here. So we'll record for a few seconds, hit the boss a few times, and then we'll stop. Okay, good. I'm not going to let him hit us. That's all for that recording. So then I'll push stop over here and stop AVI recording. Now the next step is to open Windows Movie Maker, which I don't have. Windows Movie Maker is what I use to edit my videos. It comes with basically all Windows Pro. I don't know what to tell you if you're using a Mac or something else, but I have it in my start menu right up at the top because I use it the most. SNES second most and Virtual Boy Advance third. Anyway, so you open Windows Movie Maker, and I already have a video in here, so let me get that out for a second. Now it'll ask you to import videos, which, anyone who's used Windows Movie Maker knows what we're doing here. Now I just have to find the video that I just recorded, which that's going to be a matter of where you decided to put it. Mine always puts it in a really hard to get to place. I have to go to Desktop, to Administrator, to Downloads, to SNES 9X, to Movies, and it'll be right there, CT. That's the video I just recorded, so I'll click on that and import it, and that'll bring it up in here. Not all Windows Movie Maker versions that I've used will allow you to use AVI files. Ever since I got Vista, I've been able to use AVIs in Windows Movie Maker, but not always. Now, the RecordPad, actually, what you'll want to do, depending on where you chose to put it when you installed it, mine is in Documents/RecordPad, and here's all my RecordPad recordings. It starts at Untitled 880, Untitled 881, Untitled 882. This is how many of these I've actually done. I'm up to my 888th recording with it. So I'll click on that and import that. Then I'll bring the two down here together, like so. And you'll be able to see down here the voice recording. So usually what I'll do, usually I start with a couple seconds of silence so I can see where the video recording starts. Then I'll click up here, not on the video or anywhere there, just click on the timeline up here to just a little fraction of a second before the voice recording starts, and I will split it. You'll have to make sure and have this selected when you push the split button, because if you have this selected, it's going to split the video there, which you don't want to do that, so edit and undo that. Then I just right-click and remove this, and drag this back to the beginning, so now the voice is going to start a few seconds into the video. And then if I need to synchronize it, if the voice is a little bit ahead of the video, then all I have to do is just clip out some of the video and move the video back so that it's even with the voice again. Now, Movie Maker is kind of trippy because when you remove part of a video, it automatically moves the video ahead of it back to that spot. But when you remove part of your voice recording, you'll have to manually drag it back to where it needs to be to fill in the empty space in between. And so that's pretty much it when it comes to SNES recording, and that's how I do it. So, no, I don't want to change. I don't want to save that. So then we have, let me see, what else we got? Okay, so Virtual Boy Advance recording. This is like when I record Mother 3 and that kind of stuff. Or Visual Boy Advance, I guess that's not Virtual Boy. Oh my god. Anyway, to open a ROM here, it's pretty much the same thing. File to open ROM, and then choose your ROM, which is, just for shits and giggles, I'll use my Mother 3. Now, if you can actually drag this out so that it's bigger, but if you open a new ROM, it's going to automatically resize it. So open your ROM first and then drag it out. Otherwise, you're just having to drag it out 2 times, and it's too much of a pain in the ass. So I'll just load my state here. And, okay, to record in Visual Boy Advance, it's a little bit different. The Record AVI option for this one is under Tools. You'll drag Tools down to Record, and it'll say Start Movie Recording here, Start AVI Recording, Start Sound Recording. So I just do Start AVI Recording. And the same as before, it'll ask you for file names. It just use the same one again and again, which I was using M3. You don't have to put .avi because it'll put that automatically, so you save that. And the same as the other one, it'll ask you for the compression. Again, I use Microsoft Video 1. Then I make sure to have RecordPad open so that I can start the recording. When I push OK, it's going to start the recording here. So I'll make sure and have RecordPad open so I can go boom, boom. Now it's recording my voice and the game. And I can move around, and it's the same as before. So I guess I could have played back the video file, but then it just would have been a pain in the ass. Your attention, please. You appear quite exhausted there, Lucas, but the real fun is just about to begin. Shut up. Okay, alright. So when you want to stop recording, do the same as before. Drag tools to record to stop every recording, and stop over here. And then you can just exit out of them. Be sure to save your state if you're doing that. And again, Windows Movie Maker, like before. Get rid of all your other stuff, and then my Visual Boy Advanced videos usually end up in the Downloads folder for some reason. So just under Documents, we got Downloads, so I click on that and look for M3, which is what I chose to record, or what I chose to call it. There it is right here. So we'll double-click it, bring it in, and then click on... Wait, what? Yeah, you'll have to click, well, I don't know if you know how to use Windows Movie Maker, but you'll click on Videos to get your video, and then click on Audio or Music to get your audio, which would be your voice. And here it is, 889. You'll have to find, like, the highest number, which will be your most recent one. Drag the video down to the video. Drag the audio down to the audio. And normally your Windows Movie Maker is going to look like this, right? But what I like to do is drag Storyboard down to Timeline. I just think it's a lot easier to use. And then before, as with before, you want to find the spot just before your voice starts down here. So you'll want to start right about there and split it and right-click and remove the beginning and then drag this down so it all starts and comes together flush. Now this gets easier as you do it more. Now it's recording my voice and the game. See? But you can't tell which one is the recording and which one is me, so it's kind of hard to tell, but that's... And I can move around, and it's the same as before. Yep. I guess I could have played back the video file, but then it just would have been a pain in the ass. Your attention, please. Okay, it's now like, sometimes you'll notice, like I didn't start reading there until a little bit later than I normally would. Like, watch how the words come up on the screen, and then I read them like 2 seconds later. Pain in the ass. Your attention, please. Now, if that happens, what that means is that my voice is coming in too late in the video, so I'll come back in here. Sometimes I'll actually zoom in on the timeline, which you can do with these two buttons here. Zoom in on it and make it bigger, and you can tell by the timeline here, 6 seconds, 7 seconds, 8 seconds. You can see that we're pretty close in. So what I'll do is I'll clip out some of the file here, like I'll split it here, and then split it here. Just don't split it anywhere where you can see that I'm talking. Split out some of the silence, right-click it, remove it, and drag this back a little bit. That way I'll start talking right when the words come on. This just would have been a pain in the ass. Your attention, please. That was a little bit better, but not much. But anyway, you get the idea. That's basically how I edit, but that's kind of a pain in the ass. Yeah. Okay, now I got to show you like the one-touch video capture. Man, this is going to take a while. I don't know if I should bring out my video camera to do this, but basically the one-touch video capture works like this. Well, as long as I'm here, I thought I might as well show you what the capture card actually looks like. This is what it looks like. It's, well, I guess I could try zooming in, huh? Diamond Multimedia One-Touch Video Capture VC500. My hands are shaky. Anyway, so on one end of it is a wire that goes out to the computer. Wow, that's going to be hard to see. Dude, stop hitting the glass, man. Yeah, that goes out into my USB port on the back of my computer, or one of many, I should say. And on the other end, you plug in your AV cables here, which I guess everyone's used these wires at some point or another when playing video games. You can also use an S-Video, which I've never really used that, but it's just an option. Anyway, those AV cables go down this way and into the back of, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back here. But basically, okay, this is my Wii AV cables right here, okay? These come out of my Wii, and they go into the front of my VCR. So on the back of my VCR, there's actually two output jacks for AV cables that look just like this, that are like this on both ends, so that you can put one in the back of the VCR, so that it comes out there into the capture card, and then another one out of the VCR into the TV. And that's how I'm able to watch it on the TV and the computer screen at the same time, and that's pretty much it. The capture card, when you buy it, it comes with the software. You just put it on the computer and boom, you're good to go. This is the software that came with my card. Okay, when you click it, this screen comes up like this, and all you gotta do is push this to record, and that's it. I mean, it couldn't get any simpler. Now, if you have, like, I'm gonna turn on my Wii so I can show you. And right now, I have the video on my computer with the sound coming out of the computer speakers at the same time as I have it on my TV. So I can look at the TV or at the computer as I play. Now, if you're using the Wii Remote, obviously you're going to have to look at the TV to play. But I can bring up Zelda Ocarina of Time and start here. And anytime I want to record, I just press the record button here. And I do the same thing I did before, pretty much. I just bring up RecordPad over here. Now, this RecordPad, actually, since I didn't mention it, it's not a free program. I actually paid $30 for it, but I thought it was well worth it because it's a simple program, and there's just so simple. You just open it up and record, and that's it. It's basically the same as before. Just record on the RecordPad, record on the capture card. Now it's recording. You press record here, and you press just below it to stop. So now I can pick up, well, now I'm using my PlayStation controller. That's not going to work. So I got my GameCube controller sitting around here somewhere. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So now I'm going to stop the recording here, and then I stopped my RecordPad recording. Okay, so I'm going to exit out of RecordPad. Now, one other thing, the videos that you actually record with this thing, I don't know what folder it puts them in, but I can never seem to find it when I go into Movie Maker and go to import the video. I can never find where the video actually is. So what I do, see, you can click this button down here, the folder icon on it, and it'll bring up the folder that has the video in it. It says look in my videos, which is supposedly down from program file. This program files folder, for the life of me, I don't know how to find that. Like when I'm looking for it from another program, I'm not sure if I'm just being really stupid there. But what I like to do here is to make this simple, is I like to click the folder icon, and I drag the video out to the desktop, the video that I just recorded. And the video's numbers will be hard to remember, but if you look at the first numbers, it'll say 2009-0423. That's what that one's called. That's because today's date, of course, is April 23rd, 2009. So when you're ready, you can just exit out of this program by pushing the X button down here. I sure hope this is turning out. Anyway, so now I got the video here. So when I go into Windows Movie Maker to actually bring the video up, I'll import videos, and I will look on the desktop. And, of course, there it is. So just double-click it, bring it in here. Audio or music, look in my RecordPad folder. This is the only place I ever import music from unless I put a song in one of my videos or something. So it'll automatically open my RecordPad folder, which is in Documents, as I said before. So the most recent one is 890, so bring that one in. Then drag the video down like this, just like we did before. And there you go. I mean, my audio files are a little bit longer than my video files are. That's because I keep forgetting to stop RecordPad, and they're turning out longer. So if you play back, there you go. There's your video. Oh, and by the way, wait. Oh, that's right. I got my speakers turned down. Okay. Yeah, this isn't going to be synchronized at all because I'm not actually recording anything here. But when you're ready to actually publish your video, to put it on YouTube, all you do is publish to this computer and pick a name for it, like, say, Zelda hack, I don't know. And it'll ask you best quality for playback on my computer. I usually do this one, the middle one, compress to, and it'll have a number there already. Just leave it alone and then publish. And it'll start publishing the video. And there you go. This doesn't take long at all. Not on my computer. My computer's pretty fast. Of course, this is what less than a minute long video, so I should hope that it would do it fast. But whatever you elected to call it, that video is going to turn up in a folder somewhere. How do I usually... Oh, yeah, well, in my case, on my computer, now this isn't going to be the same for everyone, but on my computer, any videos that I publish out of Movie Maker are going to turn up in a folder called Videos. So I just go to Administrator, Videos, and see, I got all my videos here. I can get rid of this one because I've already uploaded it. I can get rid of this one because I've already uploaded it. I can get rid of that one because I've already uploaded it. My Family Feud 2, I can get rid of that one. Jeez, I need to clean this thing out. I mean, Chrono Trigger, I just uploaded that, so get rid of that. And this is all my videos, and this is the one I just made. Zelda Hack is right there. And it's ready to upload to YouTube right now. So I can click on it and open it up. And it automatically opens in this folder here. Whoa! Okay. That looks a little weird. It's probably because I'm screen recording and it's just bugging it out. That's pretty much how I record. I mean, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, because, yeah, I've been meaning to do this forever, and I'm going to have to edit this video so far down, it's not even funny. But yeah, so there you go. This is Nintendo Capri Sun, and that's the Golden Gate Bridge, by the way. For anyone who doesn't live in the U.S., that's what it looks like, sort of, from a certain point of view, I guess. Okay, see ya.